Hello, welcome back. So today I am continuing with the secondary storage cell and the name is fuel cell. Clear? So you can see the diagram here. I have written something here and we will discuss about detail about the fuel cell. This question is important for your board as well as for your competition exam also. Clear this part? And also it can come here also you have to remember certain anodic and cathodic reaction only. Clear? So first we will discuss what do you mean by fuel cell. Now see, as the name indicates fuel, fuel means one which gives the energy. So for example, you know we have a petrol, it is a fuel, diesel it is a fuel, kerosene it is a fuel, wood it is a fuel. So you take any kind of a fuel, okay, and when you burn it, so you will be getting the energy. If that energy is converted into electrical energy, then such a type of a cell is known as a what? Fuel cell. So you can write the definition: the energy obtained during the combustion of fuels like hydrogen, methane, etc. That energy is converted into electrical energy. Such a cell is fuel cell. Hear this part? Okay. So when you are taking such kind of this kind of fuels like hydrogen, methane, ethane or any hydrocarbon, and when you burn it means what? Combustion, and combustion takes place in presence of oxygen. So when you burn this, so they will give certain energy. Okay, yes or no? Heat energy, light energy, they will give the energy. If that energy is converted into electrical energy, the cell which does that type of a cell is known as a what? Fuel cell. Clear? So this is the definition which is important. Now see here there is a schematic diagram of a fuel cell. The fuel cell contains what? It contains anode and it contains cathode. The anode and cathode are nothing but what? Porous carbon electrode. This anode and cathode is a porous carbon electrode which is incorporated. Incorporated means fixed, which is fixed with platinum or palladium. Clear? So this fuel cell, you can see the schematic diagram of a fuel cell. You can see here this fuel cell contains anode and it contains cathode. This anode and cathode are porous carbon electrode. Porous carbon means soft carbon. Porous, you know, will contain minute holes. Okay. So this anode and this cathode contain porous carbon electrode, and this porous carbon electrode, it is filled or incorporated. I am using this high level word because it is given in your textbook. So incorporated means filled or fixed. You can write on both, filled or fixed. It is filled or fixed or incorporated with platinum or palladium. Why? So that the reaction rate can be increased. This platinum and palladium does what? Reaction rate increase, means in short they are used as a catalyst. Clear? So this MCQ can come that in fuel cell, why anode and cathode are incorporated with platinum or palladium? Because they are used as a catalyst, because they increase the rate of a reaction. And in between anode and cathode, electrolyte field is KOH or NOH. It is KOH or NOH. So electrolyte here used here is aqueous KOH or aqueous NOH. Clear this part? So this is a schematic diagram of a fuel cell. It contains anode, it contains cathode. Anode and cathode both are the porous carbon electrode which are incorporated with what? Incorporated means filled or fixed with platinum or palladium. What is the role of this platinum or palladium? The role of platinum or palladium is they increase the reaction rate, or they are used as a catalyst. Clear this part? Now between the anode and cathode you have to fill the electrolyte. So here electrolyte used here is concentrated, you can take KOH or you can take concentrated NOH. From anodic side you have to allow the hydrogen gas to enter, and from cathodic side you have to allow the oxygen gas to enter. Clear this part? So now what happens at anode and cathode, to see this. Okay. So from the anodic side what you have to allow? You have to allow hydrogen gas, and from cathodic reaction, from cathodic portion you have to allow the oxygen. Clear? The net cell potential of this cell is 0.9 volt. The net cell potential is 0.9 volt and the working temperature is 70 to 140 degrees Celsius. This is not so important point, but remember, clear? The working temperature is nearly how much? 70 to 140 degree Celsius. Okay, and I told you the definition also, fuel cell. What do you mean by fuel cell? That whenever the energy obtained during the combustion of the burning of fuels, during the combustion of fuels or burning of fuels, fuels like what? Hydrocarbon fuels like hydrogen, methane, ethane. The energy obtained during that combustion, if it is converted into electrical energy, this does what? Who does this? Fuel cell. So this is the definition of a fuel cell. Clear this part? So understood the construction. It contain anode, it contain cathode. Anode and cathode both are the porous carbon electrode which are filled with platinum or palladium. Why this platinum and palladium? Because platinum and palladium will increase the rate of a reaction. They are used as a catalyst. Okay, from the anodic side we have to allow the hydrogen gas, from the cathodic side we have to allow the oxygen gas, and the anode and cathode in between, the electrolyte field is concentrated KOH or concentrated NOH. Clear? So we will see the anodic and cathodic reaction. You can see here the cell potential is nearly how much? 0.9 volt and the working temperature is nearly 70 to 140 degree Celsius. Now we will see the certain anodic and cathodic reaction. So please be focused here. It's a very important reaction. See here now. So at anode, who is there at anode? Hydrogen. So hydrogen will enter at anode. He will enter from this anode, and this anode is a porous carbon electrode. So it will enter into the directly concentrated KOH. And here KOH means it will get split. So here K plus and OH minus. So this hydrogen will react with OH minus. Yes or no? Because this hydrogen is entering from the anodic portion. From anode it will enter into this electrolyte. Electrolyte is KOH or NOH. Both contain OH. Means hydrogen will react with OH minus. And it will form here water. And it will form here what? Water. And at anode, you know, there is a loss of electron. So electron will get lost. Clear this part? Now you can balance the reaction. So here 2. So here also you can write down oxygen means here 2. So here 2 electron. Clear this part? So what will happen? This hydrogen will enter from the anode, and from the anode it will enter into the electrolyte. Electrolyte, it will meet whom? OH minus. So hydrogen will react with OH minus and forms here what? Water. Clear? So, and anode means loss of electron. So electron will be lost. So I will put here 2. So charge is balanced by OH minus. So I hope you understood this reaction. Clear? Now what happened at cathode? You have to remember this reaction. At cathode. At cathode, who is entering? O2. As and when O2 enters cathode, it will directly react with the water which is formed due to anode. This O2 will react with water which is formed due to anode. So it will react with water. It will react with what? Water. And you know it is a cathode, so it will gain electron. It is a cathode means what? It will gain the electron and forms what? OH minus. It will form OH minus. Now you have to balance this reaction. So if I put here 2, so here how many oxygen I have? I have here 3 oxygen, or I will put here 4. So if I put here 4, so I will put here 2. So you can see here 2 2s are 4 hydrogen, so 4 hydrogen, 2 oxygen plus 2 oxygen, 4 oxygen. How many charge here? 4 electron. Clear? Now what I will do? I will write down the net reaction. So I will write down the net reaction means I have to multiply the above equation with 2. So 2 here, 2 2s are 4 OH minus, 2 2s are 4 OH2O, 4 electrons. So this 4 electron and 4 electron get cut. This 4 OH minus and 4 OH minus also get cut. Here 2 H2O and remaining is here what? 2 H2O. So I will get here 2 H2 plus O2 will give me what? 2 H2O, and plus I will get what? Electrical energy. Clear? So you can see here I will obtain the electrical energy due to the what? Transfer of how many electron? 4 electrons. So your net transfer of electrons are 4. So the electron will get transfer from anode to cathode. So from here to here the electron will get transfer from anode to cathode. How much electron will get transfer? 4 electron will get transfer. Clear? So free flow of electron from anode to cathode, I will obtain the electricity. So I will obtaining the electrical energy, and you can see on product side what it is obtained. On the product side it is obtained is what? Water. So from here water will be obtained, which is potable, means it is used for drinking. Clear? When, how, I will tell you the example, but this here byproduct will be water. That's why this fuel cell was carried to Apollo space program. That's why this fuel cell was carried to what? Apollo space program. Why? Because they were used to obtain the energy also. In Apollo space program they were used to obtain, astronauts were used to obtain the energy also, and after the obtaining the energy they were used to obtain the byproduct as water, which is used for drinking. Clear this part? Okay, so this is nothing but your fuel cell. See, once more I will write down the anodic and cathodic reaction. Please focus here. So first we will see at anode. At anode who will come? You can see at anode hydrogen will come, and it will enter into this solution electrolyte, and electrolyte who will it will meet? He will meet to OH minus, so it will react with OH minus. Clear? Now at anode electron will get lost. At anode what will happen? Electron will get lost. Now here see how many oxygen are here? 1 oxygen. So you can remember here oxygen is balanced by H2O. Now what you have to do? How many hydrogen are here? 3 hydrogen, but how many hydrogen are here? 2. So what I will do? I will put here 2. So when I put here 2, 2 2s are 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen, means I will put here 2. Now how many charge are there? -2 charge. So here 2 electron. So this is the complete anodic reaction. I hope you have to remember this. Okay. Next at cathode. Now what happened at cathode? So at cathode oxygen enter. Oxygen will come here, then it will enter into the solution. As and when it enter into the solution, he will meet not OH minus, he will meet the water produced by anode. Remember the reaction. So oxygen here will react with water, which is produced by anode. How many moles of water? 2 moles of water. It will react with 2 moles of water. Clear? And electron will be gained. Why electron will be gained? Because it is a cathode. So when OH minus is producing water, so water will produce what? OH minus. You have to remember this reaction. Clear? So it will form a what? OH minus. Now how many hydrogen I have here? 2 2s are 4. So 4 hydrogen and 2 plus 2, 4 oxygen, means how much? 4 OH minus, and charge balanced by OH minus, so 4 electron. Clear? Now, so net charge of transfer is how much? 4, because here 2 electron, here 4 electron, means I have to multiply this reaction with what? 2. So here 2H2O, 2H2, here 2 2s are 4 OH minus, here 2 2s are 4 H2O, and here 4 electron. Now when you cancel out and add on the net reaction, what happened? We'll see. This 4 OH minus also will get cut. Now we can see here the OH minus which are used for the as an electrolyte, they are not used. They are just helping in doing the reaction. That's why see here this 4 OH minus get cut, means they are not used during the reaction. So this reaction does not require frequent changing of what? Electrolyte. This cell does not require the frequent changing of what? OH minus, because you can see here OH minus is getting cut, cancelling. Okay. So you can say that there during the complete reaction, base that is concentrated electrolyte is not used much, that's why it is not frequently changed. Okay. So this 4 OH minus get cut, and here 2H2 and 2H2 is remaining. So what will get? You will get 2H2, you will get O2, and will form what? 2H2O, and plus what will happen? Will obtain electrical energy. Will obtain electrical energy. So you can see in the product side we obtain the electrical energy as well as we obtain the water. Clear? So this is electrical energy can be obtained from anode to cathode, and byproduct is water. That's why this was carried to the Apollo space program, because in Apollo space program they were used to obtain the energy also, and the byproduct was water. So this water was used for drinking purpose. This water was used for drinking purpose. The working temperature is how much? 70 to 140 degrees Celsius. This is nothing but an anodic and cathodic reaction of water. And you can see here this cell is continue in use. This hydrogen will be gas and oxygen will be gas, so need not to worry about the frequently changing of electrodes or frequently changing of KOH. But there is one problem here. There is one disadvantage. There are 2-3 disadvantages. First disadvantage is what? The working temperature. See, this temperature working is bit high. Okay, 70 to 140 degrees Celsius. So working temperature must be maintained. First disadvantage. Second disadvantage, the corrosivity of KOH, NOH. They are corrosive in nature. This KOH and NOH are bit corrosive in nature, due to which the electrode might get, on a long usage, the electrode might get some impurities which are used for cleaning. Then you have to use for cleaning. So first disadvantage is the working temperature. The working temperature must be maintained, and second disadvantage is the corrosive nature of KOH or NOH. Due to this corrosive nature, frequent or on a long usage cleaning of this anode and cathode, and again filling of PT and PD is required. Third disadvantage, see here, PT and platinum and palladium, these both are costly elements. So due to this cost effect, due to this, these are the costly element, due to the high cost. So this cell cost is too much high because of this catalysis of platinum and palladium. So first disadvantage is the working temperature. Second disadvantage is what? The corrosive nature of KOH. And third disadvantage is their high cost due to the catalyst like platinum and palladium. So these are the certain disadvantages of the fuel cell. What is the main advantage? The main advantage is here what? They are continuously worked, because you are using here hydrogen and you are using here oxygen. These both are gas. Okay, so gas is used continuously, and you can obtain the energy also is continuously, and also we can obtain the water which is used for the drinking purpose. So this is the advantage. Clear this part? So once more I will say the anodic and cathodic reaction. Please see here, at anode hydrogen will come, it will enter into the reaction, it will meet OH minus. So hydrogen will react with OH minus and forms what? H2O. Okay, and loss of electron will be there. Then balance the reaction. Now what happens? This oxygen enter into the cathodic portion and it will enter into the solution. So it will meet what? Water, which is produced by anode. So oxygen will react with water. So when hydrogen is reacting with OH minus and forming water, so O2 will react with water and forms what? OH minus. At anode loss of electron, at cathode gain of electron. Then balance the charge. When you balance it, what we see? We see 2 points. First, the electron get cancelled, and second point we say that 4OH minus means get cancelled. Means here the base OH minus get cancelled, means this base does not involve in the reaction. They just help to meet this oxygen and hydrogen and oxygen. Now one more question will come here. Why when we want to directly meet hydrogen and oxygen to form a water, why we want to require this much, making this much cell? The reason is, hydrogen and oxygen, when you do these two reactions, this reaction is highly explosive in nature because of large exothermic reaction. If you directly combine hydrogen and oxygen, so directly combination of hydrogen and oxygen is a large explosive reaction due to the large exothermic energy, because large amount of heat is liberated. So that's why what we are doing, we are meeting hydrogen and oxygen indirectly. Clear? Indirectly, who is helping to meet us? This KOH. So the work of OH minus is the work of base, that is the electrolyte, is only to meet who? Hydrogen and oxygen. Directly we cannot meet hydrogen and oxygen, because the directly meeting of hydrogen and oxygen, it will form water, but the reaction is highly exothermic and large amount of heat is liberated, which is explosive in nature. So the role of this concentrated KOH electrolyte, it's only the role is they just meet hydrogen and oxygen. They just used to meet what? Hydrogen and oxygen. That's why your OH minus get cancelled. Clear this part? So you can write down the reaction, you can take a screenshot. Clear? Because it will ask in exam that why you have to create such a kind of a cell when water can be generated by directly combining hydrogen and oxygen, but it is not possible. The answer is directly combination of hydrogen and oxygen, the water formator. This reaction is highly exothermic reaction and requires large amount of heat and might get explode. So this direct combination of hydrogen and oxygen is not possible. So what we are doing, we are doing such an arrangement where hydrogen and oxygen can meet indirectly. So to meet indirectly, we are using this cell for concentrated KOH. So the role of this electrolyte is only to meet hydrogen and oxygen. So in this way you have to remember, your net transfer of electrons are 4 electron, or you can say 4 Faraday. Okay. So this is nothing but your fuel cell. Please remember, this working temperature is nearly 70 to 140 degrees Celsius. It was carried to Apollo space program because the byproduct was what? Water. Clear? Here cell efficiency. So this one more point. Here the cell efficiency was assumed to be 100%, but it is not sure. It is not correct. The cell efficiency, actual cell efficiency is nearly 70 to 80%. So actual cell efficiency is nearly 70 to 80%. Clear this part? Okay. So I hope you understood. Clear? Now we will go to the next topic, that is nickel cadmium cell. So last topic of the secondary storage cell. I hope you have understood. This is a fuel cell, one extra topic which I have told you. If you are not getting my point, please you can comment me. I will revise the lecture. Clear? Okay. So now see the next. So you can make a heading, nickel cadmium cell. Clear? So here the first point will come, it is secondary storage cell. Yes or no? Please remember this. This is a secondary storage cell. Why secondary storage cell? Because you know they can be recharged back. Okay, and primary storage cell means what? They cannot be recharged back after the use. Okay, next, you write down its life is more than lead storage cell. Lead storage cell. Its life is more than lead storage cell. But the negative point associated with this is it is expensive, bit expensive. Clear? It is bit expensive. Cell potential you can remember, that is 1.4 volt. Cell potential is nearly 1.4 volt. Clear? And you can see this nickel cadmium cell where in the cameras you are obtaining rechargeable cell. In the market you can obtain. Go to the market or go to some consumer shop, and if you ask there, give me the rechargeable cell, they will give the rechargeable cell, but just you ask the cost. Nearly original one rechargeable cell of Panasonic, or you can say of something Nippo company, is nearly 300-350 rupees. So this is very expensive. Okay, and its cell potential is how much? Nearly 1.4 volt. Clear this part? So now we will see their technical portion. First we will see who is the anode, then we will see who is the cathode and their electrolyte. See here? So here anode you can write down, here the anode is cadmium. This cadmium will be converted into cadmium hydroxide. Clear? And cathodic portion you can write down, that is NiO2, nickel 4 oxide, and this is also converted into nickel trihydroxide. Please remember this. So here, nickel dihydroxide. So here anode portion is cadmium, which is converted into cadmium hydroxide, CdOH twice, and the cathodic portion is NiO2. Clear? It is converted into NiOH twice, and the electrolyte between them field is KOH. So here the electrolyte, the field is KOH. Please remember this portion. This I told you in the last class. This is a technique to remember the anodic and cathodic reaction. So who is acting as an anode here? Here anode is cadmium. Here anode is cadmium. Here anode is cadmium, it is converted into cadmium hydroxide, and cathode is NiO2, it is converted into NiOH twice, and the electrolyte between them field is KOH. So this is the electrolyte which is helping between the anode and cathode. Clear this part? Now see here. So we will see the at anode. First we will see at anode. At anode what happens? This cadmium is converting into cadmium hydroxide, CdOH twice. Who will be helping? So simple logic, here KOH will get split, that is K plus and OH minus. This OH minus will help to the cadmium to form cadmium hydroxide. So cadmium will react with OH minus of KOH and forms what? Cadmium hydroxide. Now how many hydroxide are here? 2. So I will get here 2. Now at anode, loss of electron. So electron will be lost. So how many OH minus I have? 2. So 2 electrons. So this is nothing but a complete anodic reaction. Clear this part? The cadmium was converting into cadmium hydroxide. Clear? Who will help? So this KOH will get split and forms what? OH minus. So this cadmium will react with OH minus and forms cadmium hydroxide. How many OH I have? 2 OH. So here 2 will come and lost of electrons. So electron will get lost. So how many charge? -2. So the 2 electron will get lost. Now at cathode, we'll see at cathode. Who is at cathode? NiO2 is at cathode. This is also converting into NiOH twice. Clear? Now who is helping here also? Or I will write down bit. NiO2, sorry, NiOH twice. Clear? So NiO2 is forming what? NiOH twice. Now see here, how to remember. Now at cathode, electron is gained. Now at cathode, electron is gained. So how many electron will be gained? How many it is lost? 2 electron it is lost. So 2 electron will be gained. So they will gain 2 electron. They will gain how many electron? 2 electron. Now see here. How many charge I have here? So I have 2 charge. So charge is balanced by OH minus. Why OH minus? Because this is a basic medium. So what I have done, NiO2 was converted into NiOH twice. Anode portion was releasing 2 electrons. So they will gain 2 electron. So I get here -2 charge. So charge balanced by OH minus. How many charge I have? -2 charge. So 2 OH minus. Now balance here. Ni is 1. Oxygen is how many? 4. And hydrogen is how much? 2 plus 1, 3. So you know, first we will balance the oxygen. Oxygen is balanced by H2O. So 2 oxygen plus 2, 4 oxygen. So you can see here, I write down here reactant, I write down here product. So we will see the oxygen. In reactant, how many oxygen I have? 2 oxygen. But in product, if you see how many oxygen I have? 2 plus 2, 4 oxygen. So where the deficiency? Here, how much? 2. So here 2H2O. Here how much? 2H2O. Now you can see everything is balanced. You can see here everything is balanced. See here, hydrogen is 4. So hydrogen is 2 here and 2 here, 4. Oxygen are 2 plus 2, 4. So 2 plus 2, 4. Ni1, net charge here -2, net charge here also -2. So this is balanced. Clear? I will write down once more, so don't worry. So net transfer of electron is how much? Here net transfer of electron is 2. So cancel it out now. 2 electron, 2 electron. Here 2 OH minus, 2 OH minus. Clear? So you can write down here CD plus 2H2O plus NiO2 gives what? CdOH twice plus NiOH twice. So you can write down this reaction. CD plus 2H2O plus NiO2 gives what? CdOH twice and NiOH twice. Clear this part? Clear? So this is anodic and cathodic reaction. See now, in product side, you can see in product side no ions are formed. You can see in product side no ions are formed. Means this indicate what? When no ions are formed, means there will be no change in the concentration for whole life of the cell when it is started to till end. So there is no formation of ion. When there is no formation of ion, so there will be no change in the concentration of the electrolyte used. So there will be no changes of So there will be no change in the concentration of electrolyte used. Means whenever you are opening the battery and you are using till it becomes dead, the cell potential remains constant. It will never change the cell potential. So remember this one point. Whenever in any cell, if in the product side we are obtaining the ions, means the cell potential may change. But if you are not getting any kind of ions in the product side, means their concentration will not change until the end, till the battery become dead, till the cell become dead, their cell potential remains constant. So here there is no formation of ions, means the cell potential remains constant till the cell get dead. Okay. So once more I will write down the anodic and cathodic reaction. Please focus here. So first I will write down anode. Please see here everyone. Quick revision. CD, it is converted into what? CdOH twice. So who will help? This CD will react with OH minus. So plus OH minus. How many OH minus I have? 2. Now at anode lost of electron. So electron will get lost. How many? 2 electron. Balanced. Everything is done. You can check it out. At cathode. At cathode who I have? I have NiO2. Now what happens to NiO2? NiO2 is converted into NiOH twice. Now anode are releasing 2 electron, means they will gain 2 electrons, so the electron is gained by cathode, because you know cathode have a capacity to gain the electron. Clear? So they will gain 2 electron, which is released by anode. Now charge, how many charge here I have? I have here 2 charge, and this is a basic medium, so charge balanced by OH minus, so here 2 OH minus. Now you can see here how many oxygen I have? I have 2 oxygen, but here how many oxygen I have? 2 oxygen here and 2 oxygen here, so totally 4 oxygen on the product side and 2 oxygen on the reactant side. So here there is a deficiency of oxygen, how many? 2H2O. So how many hydrogen will come? 4 hydrogen. So see, everything is balanced. Nickel 1, 1, hydrogen 4, 4, you can see there. Oxygen 4, 4, so everything is balanced. So this 2 electron get cut, 2 OH minus get cut. Okay, so here also see OH minus is getting cut, means here OH minus just helping to do the reaction, means for whole life there will be no change in the concentration. Clear? So here CD plus 2H2O plus NiO2 will yields what? CD OH twice plus NiOH twice. You can see in the product side there is no formation of ions. This indicates what? Till the whole life, till the cell become dead, their potential remains constant. Clear this part? So this is the anodic reaction and cathodic reaction, and net transfer is how much here? 2 electrons. So I hope you have understood this. You can take a screenshot, you can write down the questions, you can write down the notes. This can ask in the board for 2 marks also, just to write down the anodic and cathodic reaction. No need of diagram for this nickel cadmium cell. Okay, so no need of diagram for nickel cadmium cell. So I hope you are understanding whatever I am teaching. Clear? If you have any doubt, you can ask me directly. If I am speaking very fast, you can tell me. Please tell my negative points so that I can improve myself. If you have any doubt, please comment me and ask me directly if you want. You know my email address, you know my phone number also. Most of the students, they know my phone number. You can ask me directly if you have any doubt. Clear? So please take a note. We are about to complete the chapter of electrochemistry. Next chapter I will be continuing with general principle within 2-3 lectures. Still 2-3 lectures are remaining. So after these 2-3 lectures I will continue with general principle. So we are about to complete this electrochemistry. I hope you are understanding, and if you have any doubt, please ask me. Clear? Thank you.